Hello and welcome. My name is Tim McCracken, founder and CEO of Crypto Academy World. Thank you for joining today. Those that are new who didn't attend yesterday, today we're going to go through and learn how to make 10x returns with cryptocurrency. Very quickly, my background is incredibly detailed. Started out as a trader, went to uni, did all the different things, all the qualifications. But as you can see here, my crypto journey started in 2014. There was no one to help, no one to guide. It was actually COVID that brought around the Crypto Academy because we were sitting around with nothing to do. And someone said, hey, you should be teaching this. I said, really? I said, yeah. So that's how it all started. So here we are today. And what we're going to go through now is introduce to our executive teams, myself, Vagano, and Gary. Vagano has got a very experienced finance background. He's got an MBA. He's fluent in 4 languages. He deals a lot with the Southeast Asian business community. But Vagano brings incredible, unique insight and, most importantly, trusted leadership into the space of cryptocurrency. Then we've got Gary, who is a very distinguished Navy officer. And as you can see here, he's served on the USS Enterprise. He's been a major CEO in a lot of major companies in America in the last several decades. And today he brings us all his wealth and knowledge back from 2018, where he first came into cryptocurrency. He is now our COO of Crypto Academy World. And then we've got our team, and all the people in our team have been through our high-level hedge fund trading. They're all very, very well experienced. They're here to support you with the concierges. So without further ado, as you can see, as we said today, let's get into the crypto bootcamp. Okay, so let's get started with the math, right? Let's just pull all the nonsense aside. This is all about mathematics, right? Most people try to achieve a 10x in one trade, and they fail, right? It's very, very hard to do because there's so many factors to take into consideration along the way, and you have to control your emotions on that journey, which we covered in detail in the previous bootcamp workshop. So let's break it down mathematically. Let's say you have $1,000 and you want to turn that into 10x. Well, this can be done in many ways. Little steps at a time. You might set a 2x target, get 2,000. And then that could be deployed with a 3x target. And that could be deployed later again with a 2x. You don't have to take massive risks because the name of the game is to turn your $1,000 into $10,000, not trying to hit it out of the park with one go, because what happens is it's you that gets hit out of the park. It's very, very hard to do. So small little steps along the way with the right people like ourselves and MXC to support you on your journey to take your $1,000 to $10,000. And there are many different ways we can do this. There are different formulas. So what we need to do after next is step 2, to know your chart patterns. Most people can't do charting. We can actually do this and assist this with you with our programs and what we do. As we discussed previously, there are several patterns. First of all, we have the breakout. Then we have the stair step. And then we have the J curve. And then we have the Holy Grail, the God candle. Very, very hard to get. Everyone's chasing God candles. Now, let me show you very soon that a God candle, when it happens, actually isn't as profitable as you think. A God candle often happens as a result of FOMO. Next step you have to do, you've got to go through and create your crypto lists, right? You've got to find cryptos that are good liquidity, that you've got entry and exit. Now, MEXC, you've got really good liquidity pools. Then you've got to sit down, you've got to do your own chart work, so with a daily chart, weekly chart, a 4-hour chart, work out all the things, analyze all your data per crypto. You've got a list of 20. That takes a lot of time. Even at an hour on 20, that's 20. If you're going to go through and do it properly, it's 40 hours a week just to identify what could be a potentiality to put together to get that 10x return. Or you could join us and we can help support you on the way and compress that into a really short period of time. Now, if we look at the patterns, we have to identify the pattern. It's not as easy as you think, because what I showed you before was static charts. When this is moving, whether it be 4 hours, 1 day, or 1 week, they all move and show different outcomes. You then have to analyze and interpret it. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to take you through the process that I go through. Does that make sense? Now, Then you have to apply the appropriate mathematical formula to the cryptos that you've chosen, then the chart patterns, where it is in the curve, and then assess your entry point. It's not easy, because if you don't know your patterns and your history and what's coming up, it's very easy to misinterpret and then hold back, procrastinate, but you miss it. Or then you come charging in and you jump in and you FOMO in and it pulls back and you're worse off than you were before. This is typical. Does this sound familiar to you? I've done it. As I said, I've been in this space since 2016. I've made every mistake possible. So you can either go and make all the mistakes yourself, or you can tune in to what we do. Now, as we see here, this is a real crypto. We have the crypto slumber. In the beginning here, as you can see, a stair-step pattern occurred because there were trigger points. What were the causes of those trigger points? You have to know and understand when they come. So when we sit down with you on a one-on-one basis, we take you through all this, we educate, we show you the research that we do, and then you can make an informed decision and apply the right multiplier to get going. Then after the stair step, as you can see, the J curve begins. And then we have the God candle in that last leg, the A, the B, and the C leg. All commodities and shares move in ABC to the high side or ABC to the downside. Now, as you can see here, what happened, everyone sees the God candle, they all come powering in, they've missed the trigger point, they buy, and then it pulls back, and they get wrecked, right? It's because they didn't have the right analysis of support and the understanding in the beginning to identify those early trigger points. It's very, very complicated if you don't know what you're doing. So what we do, we make it really easy to understand and support you and help you and provide the choices for you. Does that make sense? Do that right. You'll get these one. Here was a 24x. If you came on that God candle and you see the numbers to the right-hand side, it only did a double. So you got your God candle, right? The holy grail, but you only got 2x. But if you came in down lower, you would have got 6s, right? Then a 4x, and then a 2x. So let's get started. So this is what I go through when I'm putting all this. I'm going to take you through a step-by-step process. We're going to look at NEAR. And the first chart I always bring up is the daily chart. And I have a look at NEAR. I do some chart work. I do some Fibonacci retracements. And I identify certain key levels. But I don't have clarity on this chart. So I zoom out. I go back. I go macro, right? I take a longer look. I take a look at the week chart. Aha! Now I have clarity. As you can see here, we have not only a double bottom, we actually have a triple bottom. We can identify the W for wealth. What that means is when that W for wealth is breached, it goes into a run. It'll go to the next support level here, which is $6, and then maybe 8. So what this chart is telling me is that we've seen the sell down over nearly 6 or 7 weeks. ABC down, turn around green, it's going to move up, but we need confirmation. So in looking for confirmation, and we carry that one-day chart through, we can see that, okay, we know that we're at the bottom and we've seen the W, and on a Fibonacci retracement, we're in the red, which if you know stochastic RSIs is a very strong buy signal, right? But let's just do a double check. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. Now, in the 4-hour chart, we can see from the previous 1 week where that line is. Now, it is finding support, and we can see that's had the pullback, and it's now starting at a stair-stepping motion. So what that means is that maybe a $2.03 entry point is a good buy limit, but we might enter at 208, right? We might put another buy limit at 195, but at least we've got skin in the game, buy market now, a buy limit order, should it start to move, right? If it pulls back, we've got it covered. It's called our hedge. Does that make sense? Now, let's have a look at this. Now, as I promised you before, I'm going to give you a little 10x gem. Now, this 10x gem is Gala. And if we go through there, you can see a massive FOMO which occurred when the Binance listing occurred way back in those days. Fibonacci retracement shows us that we're well in that red zone, okay? Current market price to the next support level, we can see 15x, 50x to the upside. Now, we're only looking for 10. Now, some of you might go, well, hey, I'll just buy that DCA every week and I'll just stay there. Great strategy. You could be looking at 15s to 50s, right? 15 to 50s, but you've got to have the nerve, the patience, and be emotionally wired to white out all the white noise that's going on around you, your peers, your friends, the YouTube, the media, yak, right? Eventually, if you don't have the right support to keep you on track, you'll be like that guy going to the gym, you'll be back out there eating KFC, right? And we know where that outcome ends. Okay, so we've got 3 options that we can look at today. You can do nothing, right? You can be Mr. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You can be that guy, okay? Or you can do it yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing it yourself. There's got stuff that I DIY, but I've also got a business mentor and a personal coach. I know where I need support to build and improve value in my life. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing with DIY. However, DIYs don't have support, don't have performance assurances, don't have the systems and processes, and don't have the track record that I showed you in the previous video. Or you could follow the seamless, streamlined process, a strategic alliance, right? A strategic alliance with Mixie. They've got great customer support. As you know from our previous one that you attended yesterday, all the system process, all the support, just strategically aligned. As I said, there's no such thing as free. You go to I'll get free education on YouTube. Really? You are the product, right? There is no such thing as free. You get what you pay for. Divide anything by 0, what do you get? 0, right? Or you do nothing, which is 0. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Ooh, dog. We all know that guy. You can do it yourself. Nothing wrong with that. I did it myself for years and years and years, 4 years before even forming the academy, which came out of it. I had no intention of forming an academy. People said, you should be teaching this. And here we are today, mastering it and doing a really good job for everyone that's involved. And by taking a seamless, easy option, easy to do, easy to understand, with support on both sides of the fence, build yourself a team, right? Winners are grinners. You don't want to be Mr. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. If you want to go and do it yourself, hey, that's fine. I've given you a 10x. It's actually probably more than that. If you, again, buy near, right? Okay. If you don't do anything else, but please do something. Don't be Mr. Dull. So where do we go from here? Now, if you have a Mixie account, where we're in the charts at the moment, we're looking at a breakout coming through Bitcoin. Fibonacci saying next run to 130 could go to 150 with some FOMO. So buy some more crypto now. Just buy some Bitcoin. If you don't know what, just do something, right? If you don't have a Mixie account, just open one today. It's really easy. We'll give you a link. You can log on. There's good bonuses and things. And just get underway. Take action. If you don't take action, nothing happens. Now, I am going to put out a crypto challenge, right? If we do what we were looking at before, the crypto slumber, this chart here, this chart is actually a cryptocurrency, right? Now, if you can guess that cryptocurrency, you'll get a one-on-one meet to the value of $4.99. We'll do an AMA session, help you whatever. And if you feel like we've got some value, you can move forward, or whatever you take away, I'm going to give you massive value if you're going to want to go and DIY, okay? I genuinely want you to be successful in crypto. The more people we can make successful in crypto, the more we can look back at the Gary Gensers and the centralized banking system, all the people who have been spitting poison at us for so long, and we can just laugh at them, okay? So it's not a layer one, right? I'm going to make this really easy, right? It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin. And it's either on Ethereum or Solana. Well, I mean, if I give you any more tips, I'm not going to have enough time in the day to do the one-on-ones, right? It's a meme coin on Solana or Ethereum. Go away, work it out, text your answers into the academy, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Now, today, we're only going to make 3 of these available. We want to deliver massive value. As I said, there's no such thing as free, right? You get what you pay for. Now, our mastery program, which is 12 months, right, it is very comprehensive, right? We don't give you videos to watch, right? Everything is done live, one-on-one, in the charts, live data. We can record it for you, right? Like when I first started my trade, there was no video. I was a carpet layer, right? Sweep the floor for a month. You know, it's practical. It's practical, easy to understand, easy to do. Most importantly, we can give you a 12-month performance assurance so we can take it from 1x to 2x. Now, how this works, this was actually taken in the last Bitcoin halving when it did the pullback. So if in the 12 months a drop of more than 20% occurs, we add the recovery time on. Here it was 3 months. So your 12-month performance assurance becomes 15. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. The market is what it is. It's like the ocean. Doesn't know we're there, doesn't care. It will just do whatever it does. So we're here to make you master and sail and conquer that ocean. Does that make sense? So we add the time on. You don't get to 12 months and we say, oh, give us another, 13 grand, right? We're here to support you. Your success is our success. Okay, so if you have, for example, a 50,000 account, right? We'll take that to 150, right? If we achieve that before the 12 months, we've achieved it with your sold note, our obligation and promise has been fulfilled to you. If we get to 12 months and it hasn't been a pullback and we're 138,000, we keep going until we deliver the numerical value. So it's a time on money equation to give you the assurance that you're going to receive the outcome that was promised. There is no academy, no one in the world that does this. No one. And we've been doing it now for over 3 years without these programs. So as I mentioned, if the market pulls back more than 20%, we just add it on. So you've got that safety net. We have put the hedge in for you with our service. And if you go on to do hedge fund, we'll teach you how to do that with crypto. The golden rule is when you identify your downside and your worst case scenario and you're happy and you're comfortable with that, then you just do it. Does that make sense? Okay, so for MEXC holders only, right? If you haven't got a MEXC account and you want to come on board and you want to get this, we generally don't do this, and we're only going to do it for 3 people. That's right. We're going to halve it. We're going to halve it, right? Now, in consideration for that, we're going to create you to be a success story. That means 50% of your savings you can put into your crypto account. We will be asking for testimonials along the way, things like that. Nothing outrageous, right? But obviously, everything is a two-way street. So we're going to give you 50%, and we're asking from you after your journey, just give us a good testimonial by video, right? None of these nonsense of Fred from New South Wales bullshit. Crypto Academy is amazing. That's all bullshit. Everything we do is real, verified, and validated. Not only are we going to do that, I know that we've only just dropped this on you today, and some of you might not have that sort of money sitting around. Now, we do take crypto, right? So if you had a 5x gain or something else, you can just swap it into USDT and you can just pay it full. Or we've actually put in a very generous deposit and payment plan over the first 3 months, then deferred another 3 months for the final big payment. So we can't give any representations for financial outcomes in the future. History may or may not repeat. It does rhyme. We know we're in the cycle. The reason why we've done this is we know what we're heading into, right? So we are backing ourselves, not only with the performance assurances, we're going to pull this price down and we're going to push that last payment out because we know we're going to hit that. Okay, we're going to hit it. There's no doubt about that. I've been in this space now. This is my 3rd cycle, right? I'm not going to waste my time, my money, my people's time and their money, right? Unless we're dealing with something that we know is a high degree of probability. There's only 3 of those. So if you want to go through and do that, that's fine. And we will be drawing the line on that. First in, best served. So if you want to connect, you want to do a deep dive, you've got any questions you want to go through, I'm not a big social media person. I do most on LinkedIn. We do deal with a business community, right? If you're not on LinkedIn, that's cool. There's my LinkedIn there. You can go and see that. You can give us a bell on the Academy line, right? And that's on WhatsApp, or alternatively, if you want to, you can send through to us an email and we can take it from there. So I hope you had a good insight. You got some good values. 10x returns are not hard when you break the 10x down. They're hard if you try and chase it, right? Too much emotion. When you've got the support, the systems and the processes and the structure and the business strategic plan over whatever that period may be, it's a no-brainer. So I hope you've really enjoyed today's bootcamp. My name's Tim McCracken, founder and CEO of Crypto Academy World, and I look forward to seeing you soon.